talking about how to rewire your mind for positive thinking. Yeah. Because I think we could all do a bit of that, couldn't we? Me included, right? Me included. Absolutely. And I need just as much reminding on this as we all do. So before we start, do that, if you wouldn't mind. Do that. And then prepare for some gigantically small tips. So, as I tend to do, I make notes when I'm going to start a video like this. Where does that go? Where can it go? I don't know, somewhere it stands there. It's alright, isn't it? So, yeah, welcome. I want to wait for people to come on first before we begin. So I'm just going to wait. Do you know what? No, I'm not going to wait. What's the point? Why wait? There's never enough people on when we can just go on for you. So we're going to start. Practice gratitude, right? Daily, and not just like once. I mean like multiple times a day. So in the morning, I advise starting in the morning. You write down 3 things you're grateful for in the morning. So a lot of us can wake up, we can hear some pretty negative news, or we check our social media, and it's all moans and bores, or even actually can be the opposite. It can be people having a really nice time, and it's suddenly making us feel like, I'm missing out. Someone's on holiday, someone's gone exotic, someone's like having a jolly good tombra, but you're on your own. That doesn't feel fair, does it? But there is actually something we can do about that, right? We've all got things to be grateful for. We have, for instance, I'm going to speak from my perspective, and this is like a bit of an example, right? So for me, I would say a house, right? I got a house. That's good, isn't it? It's a good start. Having a house is a very nice thing that we should not be taken for granted. I would also say, welcome to everybody joining, by the way. We're talking about how to keep your mind set in a positive light. So welcome. So I'm saying, think of something to be grateful for. 3 things in the morning that you can be grateful for. I'm just going to start a poll here. Are you looking forward to the weekend? Looking forward to the weekend. Give me a yes, give me a no. Give me which answer. So our poll is now up, so vote. Anyway, from my perspective, I would say thank you, God, for the house that I'm in. I'd say thanks to God for giving me a family, friends, already. That's 3 things, literally right like that. So what can you start your day off with? Thinking, what a relief that I have this and that and that. Think about it. This is about shifting your negative attitude into a positive one. And similarly, when it comes to nighttime, what can you actually finish the day thinking, do you know what, I might have had a load of negatives happen. What went right, I could say, again, I'm speaking from my perspective, I could say I've made a good few YouTube videos today. Made some short videos, made a live video or 2, Another thing, I have had good connections with people I love, I've made an effort to contact them. I've also, today I've tidied up. The studio is looking a little bit nicer. So it's a good start, isn't it? So yeah, always finish your day thinking, what can I be grateful for? What do you have to say? Yeah, I'm glad of that. Another one is changing your negative thoughts. So when you catch yourself in a negative thought, question its validity. What you got to say to yourself is this really true? Right, and I'm also I'm just looking for something at the same time. I've inspired myself to put one of my necklaces on, if I can find it. So yeah, as I'm saying, right, when something negative happens, is it definitely true? Might be, but it might not be. A lot of the time, when we are worried about something, aha, I found it, guys. It's not actually a valid thing to worry about. So, I've inspired myself. Let me show you what I've got. It's the one thing I'm grateful for, is my faith in God and this beautiful little necklace, which is rather nice. So yeah, say you've got like an awkward moment that you have with somebody you care about, and you feel like that conversation, oh, I've gone really badly, and now you're feeling a little bit awkward. I've been there too many times. The amount of times I have that, like I'll speak to Vanessa's teacher or something, and I'll be like, why did I say it like that? What's going on? So question the validity of a certain emotion you're feeling. If it's a negative one, question why. Maybe you're overthinking things, you know? Use positive statements, otherwise known as affirmations, like repeating, I am capable, I am worthy, to build confidence, you know, just things like that. So what you tell yourself has a very big impact on your mental well-being and your mindset. If you're telling yourself all the time, which I've been there a few years back, I used to, many years back, right? I used to tell myself, oh, why am I like this? Oh, I'm such a terrible person. You know, I don't know why I did that, but I did. And I think a lot of us can do that. We can really sort of like speak down to ourselves in such a bad way that actually, so I'm just looking at filters here, actually, if you spoke to anybody else like that, it'd probably be abusive. Are you abusing yourself? I'm not joking. We can do that. We can literally do that to ourselves, and that's not okay. If it's not okay to do it to somebody else, I like that one. Why are you doing it to yourself? So stop talking negatively to yourself and start talking more positively. Remind yourself of the things that are actually true about yourself and the things that you're working on. If you're not fully there, it's okay. You know, if you deep down believe you're not confident, but you want to say I'm confident, well, actually, why don't you say I am in the process of becoming confident. I am becoming confident. You know, that's more of a realistic thing. Tell yourself something that's realistic. So realistic affirmations. And also another one is to visualize success. So spend a few minutes each day visualizing yourself achieving your goals. And this isn't just like airy-fairy nonsense. The reason why you want to do that is to get it into your head, remind yourself in the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon, why you're doing what you're doing. Don't just do something endlessly and forget all about the very reason that you're doing it. We can start our day doing so many routine jobs and actually lose sense of the very reason why we're doing it. So I can do it myself. I can start doing a YouTube video in the morning. Then I'll add titles, descriptions, tags, you know, thumbnail, and then I'll be like, right, on to the next job. And I'll come to the end of the day and I think, don't think I really achieved much. Forgetting that actually, my main business is YouTube. If I haven't achieved a YouTube video, that's good. So similarly, what are you doing? What's your goals in life? Don't forget what your goals are, because you might just be doing something on a routine basis, but actually maybe it's really good. And another thing, maybe you're not doing the right things in life. Maybe you need to remind yourself of what steps to take in order to get closer to your goal. So that's why I say really visualize your goal in the morning, in the evening. Try and remember what it's all about, you know. Why are you waking up early in the morning? Why are you getting to this good routine? Why are you doing what you're doing? And why should you stop doing something that isn't getting you towards your goal? Surround yourself, next one, with positivity. So keep positive people, quotes, or inspirational content around you. And I would say probably a bit of all of them. We do not need negative people in our lives. And okay, right, when I say that, yeah, everybody has bad days, right? I'm not on about people who are having a bad day. I'm on about you don't need somebody in your life who's deliberately going out of their way to be negative, to be rude, to be horrible to you, to try and put you down. Get rid of those people in your life. Cut them out. I've had to do it myself. I don't like doing it myself, but it needs to be done. It does. It does. Your mental well-being is worth far more than holding on to people that really shouldn't be in your life. Just very nicely leave them, get rid of them. And as I say, you can have nice little quotes up, nice little quotes around your room. I haven't really got any. Got some bizarre newspaper hanging up, but that's just to block out the light. That's a long story. What else was I saying? I was saying about inspirational content. Changing your background on your phone. That's a good bit of inspirational content. Look, I've got my watch. Picture of me and my little girl. Inspirational right there. She reminds me what life's all about. So what's inspiring you? What is keeping you inspired? Surround yourself with things like that. So next one is celebrate small wins. So acknowledge even small achievements, right? Don't have to be big ones. To maintain momentum and positivity. Thank you for people who are liking the video, by the way. Highly appreciate it. Sorry about that. Yeah, as I was saying, we all get things that happen to us throughout the day that are really negative, and I think a lot of us focus so much on the negative things we forget about the positive. It's time to start turning that around. We need to celebrate when something goes right. When you've done a bit of hoovering, you've achieved a few jobs for the day, don't just be like, oh, right, that's that done. Move on to the next job. No. I love the light on my face, by the way. That's really cool. I'm liking that. I'm saving that screenshot because I want to remember where I put the light. Yeah. When I'm saying celebrate, I'm not saying like go out and have a big party every time. Just like appreciate it. Write it down, which brings me on to my next point. And also take a break. That's a good way to celebrate. My next point is use a positivity journal. So write regularly about things that went well and how it made you feel when things went well. The reason why you should do this is because you can actually remember what put you in a good mood. I do that on a regular basis. So if something's put me in a really good mood, or I've come to the end of the day and thought, I really felt very good today. Let's stop and think, what went right? What made me have a good day? Could be literally that you've socialised with people. It could be that you've took an extra bit of fresh air in the morning before you started your day or something like that. Could be drinks, what you're drinking, what you're eating, changing your diet, bit of exercise routine. Could be anything. But get really specific. What worked for you to give you a really good day? And while we're on that subject, sounds like an oxymoron, but I would say put the negatives down too. Because you want to know what to avoid. Something gave you a bad day, like an overdose of sugar, or hanging around people that you shouldn't be. Write it down, because that way you know what to do different next time. So next one is focus on solutions, not on problems. When faced with challenges, shift your mindset to solving the problem instead of dwelling on it. There is always something that you can do. And I'm not saying we can fix the situation every time, but there's something you can do in some form to make that problematic situation feel a little bit better. Sometimes you can fix it. Other times maybe you can't. But you can dwell on a negative, you can really pull yourself down and swamp yourself into horrible emotions, or you can actually like reach out to somebody. If nothing else, you can reach out to a friend, reach out to maybe a therapist or something. Praying helps me. That works. Take a walk. So many different things you can do, even if it doesn't mean achieving like conquering the actual problem. There's something you can still do, but sometimes you can actually conquer the problem by writing down what the issue is and thinking outside the box. What could I do to solve this issue? Contacting people and actually saying, do you have any advice? Quite often we can be so focused on dwelling on the emotion that we kind of take ourselves out of thinking that there could be a way out of this. And sometimes there is. So be kind to yourself. Replace self-criticism with self-compassion. And like I say, speak to yourself like you would speak to a friend. And I'm going to leave it there, right? I could carry on. I've got quite a few more, but do you know what? we have gone through. Okay, tell you what, let's go to our 10th one, all right? 10th. Be kind to yourself. Very similar to what I was saying, to be fair. Oh, no, hang on. I just said that one, didn't I? You can tell it's time for me to stop the video and I start repeating myself. Seriously, though, right? Your mindset starts in your mind, and that might sound like a small thing, but the way you choose to think about your situations, the way you treat yourself, the way you speak to yourself, you can change your mindset. You have that power. All right. Don't expect it to come from an external place, because usually the best way to fix a terrible, irritating mindset that you don't want to have is to literally just start in your mind. Let go, relax, take some time out for yourself. Treat yourself like somebody that you know would need a bit of compassion. And actually, there are some days when you just don't need to be doing jobs, or maybe even just for a couple of hours, you just take yourself away from it. I'm terrible for keeping working when I really shouldn't be. I really should be taking a break. That's something that I've been needing to work on for a very long time. And actually, it's probably one of the best ways to protect your mindset is by coming away from everything, putting your work down and saying, do you know what? Nah. Now's time to look after me. And I think that's mindset summed up, really, isn't it? Put your mind at the focus of your world. Because once you do that, you can start doing and achieving everything else. What do they say? If a plane's going down, put your own life jacket on first, or is it your breathing mask or something? But you get my point. You can look after other people, you can look after your problems when you sorted yourself out. All right, we're going to leave it there. If you're only just joining, rewind it. We've got a load of tips and tricks, so enjoy. And may God bless you all, and we'll see you soon.